So I read an article last week that had me a little depressed, had me a little upset, had me a little angry, had me a whole range of emotions. And I kind of wanted to discuss it with you guys. It said gamers pull back wallets as video game spending dips again. Talks about how the gaming industry is down $5 billion, 4.7, down $4.7 billion, down 6% from last year. How video game hardware fell 25%, $286 million. And do you know why gamers are spending less money? Well, the economy's in the toilet. That's for one. But also, these companies are choosing to be greedy, choosing to be egregious, choosing to take advantage of consumers, of gamers, implementing this toxic gaming culture, these microtransactions, these battle passes, trying to pinch out these pennies from these consumers. That's why gamers are spending less money. It talks about how subscription services from non-mobile subscription services went up. That's people buying these battle passes for every single game. Sea of Thieves has a battle pass. Why would you need a battle pass in Sea of Thieves? Do you remember when you used to spend money on a video game and you got the whole video game? You can unlock cosmetics, customization, attachments, or whatever. You can unlock that just by playing the video game. You didn't have a 10 gigabyte day one patch. You could pop the game in and play the whole game. Do you remember those days? Those days are no more. You want blue? That's $5. You want that cool weapon skin? That's 10, 15, $20. The economy is a dumpster fire right now. Everyone's uncertain. Everything is rising and things are changing so fast we can't even comprehend. And these companies have to respond to these trying times. And it's very interesting to see how companies like Nintendo, Xbox, and even EA, it's interesting to see how they respond to that. And it doesn't look like they are responding well. Very depressing, actually. Nintendo with their $450 console, their half $1,000 console, their paid for game upgrades for said console. If you already own the game, you have to put $10, $20 on top of that if you want to get the upgrade for a console that you paid for a video game that you already own. You need to put $10, $20 on top of that. You need to buy whole new memory. The SD cards that you had for your free Switch One, nope, not gonna work. Gotta get whole new proprietary gear. You want to get extra controllers, another $10 on top of the already expensive Joy Cons. Nintendo's just being so greedy in a time where people don't have an extra $80, an extra $200 for two new video games. People don't have that kind of money. The average Joe doesn't have that kind of money, but does Nintendo care? No. They want the money that you earn, they want it in their pockets. If you want to play their stuff, if you want to upgrade, if you want to be current, you got to be broke. It's just absolutely crazy. I'm disappointed in you, Nintendo. When companies decide to worry more about the dollar bill rather than their fanboys, that is what creates distrust. That is what creates brand hatred. They're just abusing their fans. These fans will buy anything that Nintendo releases, and Nintendo's just raising the price, raising and raising and raising, and penny pinching everything they can. They're sucking, they're bleeding the consumers dry. It's disappointing, really. Nintendo, you should be ashamed of yourselves, especially when companies like Capcom and CD Projekt Red, like Witcher 3, it's a free upgrade. Why you gotta charge for these upgrades, Nintendo? I don't understand. If you want to play Breath of the Wild 2, that's $70 for a 5+ year old game. $70. And then you want to get all the DLC, you want a complete game, that's another $20 on top of that. That's $90 for a 5+ year old video game. What are you doing, Nintendo? That is insane. What are you doing? I guarantee other companies are just sitting back taking notes. EA, they're going to release Madden on the Switch 2. I guarantee they're going to charge 80, 90, 100, $120 for these complete experiences. EA is one of the worst. One of the worst. Then Xbox is following suit. I think they just announced that their games, the new standard is going to be $70, $80. Nintendo's taking the charge. Nintendo's leading, paving the way for these companies to suck dry the consumers. And are we just gonna stand back and let them do it? We need to vote with our wallets. We need to not buy these penny pinching games. We need to give it to complete experiences. And it's not like gamers don't want to spend money. Look at companies like Larian Studios. They gave a deep immersive game for $60 that would take you hours and hours, months and years to even see everything that they put into that game. And they're charging $60. They're not charging $70. They have no microtransactions in that game. You can't pay $10 to get the color blue. No, it's a full in-depth game, and they're proud of it, and consumers love it. Gamers love it. It's one of the highest selling games, and still tons of people are playing it. They need to take notes out of Larian Studios. There are game companies that making complete experiences. Indie studios. There are plenty of companies that are doing that. But there are also companies on the flip side, like Nintendo, like EA, like Xbox, that want to charge you more for less. And that's just not acceptable. That's not right. It's not ethical. It's not moral. It's not what gamers want. It's what corporate wants. We just want what we pay for. We just want an experience that's worth the money that we're gonna pay for. If you're gonna charge $70, you better give us $70 worth of content. If you're gonna raise the bar, you're gonna raise the price, you better raise the content. You better make sure it's worth that $10 increase that you're charging. You better make sure it's worth it. If you're giving us a half baked game, that's just unexcusable. Unexcusable. What's gonna happen to the gaming industry? Where's it gonna go from here? Are we gonna keep on heading down this path of microtransactions, battle passes, and garbage? Or are we going to make a change towards for the better? Are we going to start releasing complete experiences? Are we going to give consumers what they pay for? Or are we going to keep on heading towards this extraction, microtransaction bullshit? Consumers need to make a stand. We need to vote with our wallet. Like I keep saying, we need to tell them that we're not going to pay for these half-baked games. We're not going to give in. We're not going to stand idly by. We're not going to get ripped off. We'll go to indie developers if we have to. We don't need these AAA games. It also mentioned Monopoly Go being one of the top games. I can't even imagine the predatory gambling bullcrap that they have in that game. I can't even imagine. Is that what we're going to keep on heading towards? Is that what we're going to keep on doing? We need to right this wrong. We need to turn this ship around for the better. We need to head towards the sunrise, not towards darkness. We got to fix things before things get worse. I hope the gaming industry changes for the better, not for the worse. But we shall see together. Either way, I'll be along for the ride. Catch you guys next time.